I got struck with TB. So imagine that bodybuilder being struck with TB. I'm like, na hii TB kwani haitambui mimi niko na gym, mimi ni mtu wa gym. TB does not know I am masculine. I mean, mimi ni mtu wa gym. TB, wewe TB. Now I asked the lady who was giving me those medication for TB. Now, okay, this injection that I got here, the BCG, what happened to it that now I got TB? And you know me, I'm a gym guy. She was even surprised. By then, na nyinyi hizi gym yenu umepata aje TB? Unajua mimi sielewi, sijui watu wa gym immunity iko juu sana. I'm like, hata wewe hujui. So, hii ilikuwa ya nini? Mnanidunga, why do I have this? He's like, maybe he fed out of the system. I'm just like, oh, yeah. Now you are taking your child to have polio. There's a booster shot for polio. There's another booster for booster. There's now a booster for the booster that boosted. Did you see those guys for polio? Trust me, I got so upset with those guys. I've seen them this month. Next month I'm seeing them with the same thing. I'm like, polio again? Before even another polio tena, the third one. I'm like, So before HPV now, we have now polio 3 booster shots in 2 months. I'm like, Then you threaten us with those pictures everywhere. There's this child who, they take pictures of children who have different shapes, and then they put it on electricity posts. So now you're passing across electricity post, you just read that picture, you're like, You remember those times when HIV was fresh? Let me put that in quotes. Fresh into the country. Remember the banners that they were using to say ukimwi unaua, wacha usherati, and that time Prince Julie was that song. It was something. Ukimwi mbaya, ukimwi mbaya. Do you remember, you guys? Oh, I mean, I must be a fossil. I must be a fossil. Ukimwi mbaya, My friend, you look at that poster and you look at women differently. You're like, people can walk into the hospital and they see a bed, but they don't see me. But I'm in that bed. And then they buried people the same way they buried people during COVID. Oh, I had an aunt who passed from HIV. May she rest in peace. Hey, first things first, they delivered that body at night. Then this body was wrapped up in the black polythene papers, and then with is it a masking tape or something? And then people who carried the coffin were people who were dressed up in white with masks and all that. And I was a very old small boy. I was looking at, So now at least I had something to dream, because I used to dream every time I see a dead body. I'm like, now I have good dreams. At least they have covered this one. And now the grave was dug so early. Now we're just there waiting at the fence to see how these guys will come in. They came in and threw the casket into the grave. Before we realize it's already closed, they are gone. I'm like, yeah, okay. Kumbe matanga Western inaweza kuwa fupi hivyo. I'm like, So the same thing that happened during COVID. I'm just looking at these COVID guys. I was like, this is very familiar. I've seen this game before. Now, apparently, antiretrovirals just disappear. They tell you, you know what, we have withdrawn the US aid. Then now, there's a risk of antiretrovirals disappearing. And then, boom, there's a medication for HIV. Amazing. Wajinga ni sisi. Hey. So you're using growth hormones, synthetic. You're also using insulin to pump glucose into the fat cells to grow just big. You're using whey protein. On top of that, you're adding the ugalis and all that. Plus now you're adding in on a steroid. Please stop using those things.